Ashley, what is 72 divided by 8?
9.
9. Good. Could you keep your probe up on the table, please? We don't want to drop it. All right. So, Nash, pick a card. She's going to read us our exercise, whatever it is.
Jumping jacks.
So how many jumping jacks will you do, Ashley?
9.
9. Right, or take a step this way so you don't smack anyone. Yep. 9 jumping jacks.
Are we having gymnastics? So stressed out.
There you go. All right, Aiden. Did you do 9?
Yep.
You did 9? Okay.
Oh,
Ryder, what's 72 divided by 8? 9. Okay. Everybody ready? 40 divided by 8.
everybody got it right.
Reese, what is 40 divided by 8?
5.
5. So whatever exercise we pull out of the cup, how many will you do, Reese?
5.
Okay, let's see. What do we have to do?
Mark.
All right, so marching in place.
5 times.
Just for 5. Yeah.
I went like each foot. 5.
Okay, Aiden. Let's see what's next. 32 divided by 4.
I know this one.
32 divided by 4.
I did it back. Partner high
Ooh.
10.
Partner high 10. So you have to come to a partner. Get your 10s out, and you're going to high 10 7 times. So it'll go 1, 2,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, you only had to do 7.
10. Oh no.
It was high 10.
That's the limit.
7 times. That's all right. Okay, back to your Chromebooks. Back to your Chromebooks. We ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay, show me you're ready. Looking at the screen. Chromebooks are down. Aiden, what was the quotient?
12.
Good. Ryder, what was the quotient?
We have a couple more high jumps.
High jumps. Jump as high as you can. Wait. How many times, Ryder?
12.
Okay.
12 times.
Come over just a tad. Don't on the chair. Come over just a tad. Right. Just as high as you can. Is that as high as you can jump? Just one more. You're not going to break your legs. 12 jumps, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See? You got it. Ryder, wearing you out?
All the way down.
My legs hurt.
We have running out of breath. I'm still 285 points.
Ash, 80 divided by 8 is 10. I'm going to add my own little change up into this one, and I want us to do 10 deep breaths right here on our own. Ready? All right, that was 10. That should help us catch our breath. I love how Reese and Ashley are staying nice and tall, standing over there.
Thank you.
Very nice. We're down to 2 more. 16 divided by 2.
Yes. Oh yeah, I want to answer the whole time. I know this from the sheet. Oh wait.
16 divided by 2. Remember, you're thinking what number times 2 gets you to 16.
You're in first to your left. Jump on left foot.
Hop on your left foot for 8 times. Go ahead. No circles, no circles. You can't hold on to the table for balance. Ash, no circles, please. Yes. Yes. Okay. 8 divided by 1.
100. It's the
Aiden, what was the quotient?
It was 8.
It was 8. Good. Reese, last one. Need some hand sanitizer?
Yeah.
Can't cry, right? There you go. Okay. Last one, Reese.
Run in place.
Run in place for 8 seconds. Go ahead on your own. Just a quick little run in place. Wait, me and Aiden. I didn't hear anybody or see anybody raise their hand, so I can't answer that. Ryder?
Can me and Aiden make one up?
Well, that was our final question, so we are actually going to have a seat. Close our Chromebooks. Aiden,
Okay.
is this an emergency? Yeah. Go ahead. Thank you, thank you. You can just close your Chromebooks. I love that Reese and Ashley closed their Chromebooks right away. Thank you. And Reese, you can actually put your math book on top of your Chromebook as properties in math, right, Ashley? What does that word property mean? In math, it's a fancy word, but it means something pretty simple.
The rules.
Yeah, it's a rule. What are some of the rules or some of the properties that we've learned about so far? When you're multiplying, Reese, what are some of the things that you're allowed to do? Why don't we flip this one and look back at our, we have our distributive property. What's the distributive property?
The distributive property is used to break apart large arrays or multiplication sentences into smaller pieces.
Excellent. So we learned this when we first started learning about multiplication, right, Ryder?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Do you have a question?
No. I'll straighten.
Okay. So we first started learning about this when we started multiplying. And what did we learn? What was the word that we learned for it when we first
Break apart.
break apart? And what do we call that when we break apart a number? So in this example, we broke apart the 4 into 2 plus 2. What do we call that?
The distributive property.
Well, that is one way, yeah. But it's
Decompose.
decompose. There it is, decompose. So we can decompose numbers to make multiplying easier. How about this? We have that same problem. Who can tell me what is the product of 6 times 4? Ash? 24. Good. Reese, what if I do this?
That would still equal the same answer.
Good. So the product is still 24. What's the property that tells me I'm allowed to change that order?
Commutative?
Yeah, the commutative property. Very good. And the last one that we started to learn about yesterday was when we have 3 factors, Ryder. So if I add another factor into here,
It's this, like, you do 6 times 4 first.
okay, so you have to do the parentheses first, right?
So that would be
What did you say?
24.
Okay, so
So-
6 times 4 is 24.
The 24 times 5 equals
Well, is that easy to do in your brain?
no.
No, it's not. So are we allowed to change anything to make this a little bit easier?
You can take away, you can change the groups. 4 times 5.
Good,
which
so
equals-
instead of doing 6 times 4
that
first,
equals 20. Then 20 times 6 is 21.
well, when you're multiplying by multiples of 10, pretend the zero is not there, right?
Yeah, 6 times 2 is 12. Then you add the 0, so it equals 120.
Good, 120. So Aiden, what Ryder just did for us and showed us is, what are we allowed to change to make multiplying a little bit easier?
We are allowed to change
Not the quotient. When we first started, we had parentheses around 6 and 4. What did we change?
we changed the numbers and put 4 times 5 instead of 6.
Yeah, so we changed the
Meaning.
group, the groups, right? What did we change, Ryder?
Groups.
What did we change, Reese?
The groups.
What did we change?
Groups.
And we know that when we change the groups, we will still get the same
Answer.
answer. Very good. Okay, we're gonna try a couple on our whiteboards before we get out our Chromebooks again. Just to make sure that we're all ready. I'm going to give you a problem with 3 factors. And you are going to use the associative property to make it
Work.
work and make it
Easier.
good. That's the whole point of changing our groups. Make it easier. The problem, I would like you 7 times 3 times 3. So I have parentheses around the 7 and 3. You might have to change groups to make this a bit easier. Make sure I can see your is that fine? Perfect start, Aiden. Perfect start, Reese. So again, Ash, that's what I have grouped up here. Can you change the groups to make it a bit easier? What could you change? What new group could you make? Okay, so show me that. Is that the problem? Make that a multiplication symbol. Now what would you like to group together? Okay, so put parentheses around it. What's 3 times 3? What are we left with? Reese, what was the product that you got?
The product that I got was 63.
Ryder, do you agree with the product that she got? Yes. And what did you group together, Aiden, to make this easier for you?
3 times 3.
Good. What was 3 times 3, Ash?
9.
9. Once you figured out that 3 times 3 was 9, Ryder, what did you do?
I multiplied both of them, then I got 9, then I multiplied 7 times 7, then I got 60.
You did 7 times 7?
I mean 7 times 9.
Okay. And what was the product of 7 times 9?
60.
Good. Okay, does anybody have any questions on changing groups? Good. I want you to erase your boards. Toss them back in here. Boards first. Erasers and pens. There we go.
Now you get out of
You know? And I want you to open up your Chromebooks and you're going to find the Google Drive. So remember that's the triangle at the bottom, the Google Drive. And this time you're going to look for the document we renamed yesterday. And it should be your name because that's what we called it. Now remember, you're looking for the one that's called your name. And it also looks like this. It has your chart. So if you scroll down, that's it right there. Okay, so you're in the drive, Aiden. That's the triangle.
Is it this one?
Yep, that's it. Well, no, is this one called your name? No. So Reese, it's going to be this one.
And it's going to be this right here. Wait.
Yep, double click.
Thank you.
Yep. Double click and it'll open.
Or you can just
So you're in drive, that's the triangle.
You want here? Yep.
Now you're looking for the one that's titled your name. Scroll down. Yep, this one right there. Thumbs up if you have your chart out and ready. Perfect.
Ashley, Reese, and Aiden's picture time.
Oh, okay.
Okay, can I send them in 1 second? I'm just gonna get them started on this and then they'll be right down, okay? Thank you. Ryder, question?
Please go to the
Let me get everybody started and then everybody can go their separate direction.
Okay.
So we're gonna continue on this activity. Hands off the keyboard for 1 second. Eyes up here. Most of you started working on this in partners yesterday. We're gonna continue with this today to finish it. Remember, what do we use the paper for? You can tell me, what are we using with the paper that has the same exact problems on it? What do we do with this, Ashley?
You write down the things like on number 3, 10 times 8.
Yeah, this is where where you show your work. Perfect. What do you do on your Chromebook, Reese?
You type down the answer.
Yep, you type in your factors. Remember down here, you have to add in the parentheses. So I started it for you up at the top, but you add in the parentheses.
Okay.
Remember to get the parentheses, you hit what button with the parenthesis button? Ash?
You do shift and 9.
Perfect.
Or 0.
You got it. Also, last thing, what are some of the questions that I should hear when you are working with a partner? Reese.
Do you think this is that?
That's one of them. That's good. Ash?
Maybe you say, do you agree with this sentence problem?
Yes, we like to ask, do you agree? Do you think that this works? Aiden, another one?